Hey guys, well, welcome to the frozen tundra of Pennsylvania. This is the first live stream for PA Farms. I did one a while ago. I did one, I guess, back in when I had like 200 subscribers, just because I wanted to see how it would work. I was only eligible for it last summer, so like I said, this will be the first live stream, just to kind of try it out, see how it works. I am outside today for a little bit, so I figured I'd give this a try. It's going good. Yeah, and if you guys have a question, I'm on my cell phone and I'm outside and it's a little bit dark on my phone right now. If I miss your question, just ask it over and over again and I'll try to see it. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. This is the first live stream, just testing everything out here. How cold is it in New York? We have, right now it's 9 and the wind chill is about negative 15. So I had to get outside. I was sick. Yesterday I didn't even get outside, and you can only watch so much television. Hello, Timer Farms. You were my only viewer, the test run of the live stream that I did way back when. I had to come inside the barn here. Negative 26°C. Tonight is going to be the coldest night. We're supposed to be down to, what the heck did I see? -4. Last night it was 0. And, yeah, it's cold enough. Upstate New York. I'm familiar with upstate New York. A lot of people don't know this. I was actually born in upstate New York, in the Saratoga area. So I'm a little bit familiar with up there. So yeah, I had to get out of the wind. I was going to go down to my shop, but it's so windy down there. I'm probably going to do a video on it, but my sprayer froze last night. Hello from Ontario. How warm is it in Canada right now? Hornell, New York. Okay, I don't think I heard of that. I'm more familiar with like Albany, Schenectady, Saratoga. What else? That kind of general area. So it's cold in the barn here, but it's not as windy as outside. Hello from Michigan, south of Albany. Okay, all right. Yeah, there was we lived in a town, I'm trying to remember the name. Does Colony sound familiar? Somewhere in there. Peterborough, Ontario. Okay. Well, I was never to Canada. My wife was, but she was to Quebec, I guess, on a school trip. Okay. One thing about New York State that I noticed, now it's been a couple years since I've been to New York State. One thing I notice is there are a lot of abandoned farms in New York. I don't know if that changed at all since the last time I was there would have been like 2001, 2002. And I'll tell you, I just couldn't believe, I forget which interstate we were on, and going through the country, it was just barn after barn that was falling down. And I knew the taxes were high in New York State, but I was really shocked. Now there are tons of places in Pennsylvania here where there's abandoned farms and stuff. It's pretty well the whole country, but I don't know, it must have just been the area. Yeah, am I starting a dairy farm? I wish. As hard of a job as it is, that would be, I think I said in a past video that dairy farming is as close to a regular job as you can get, in that you get paychecks twice a month. So as far as the pay, it's a little bit more steady than grain farming. Grain farming, like you say, you spend all your money in the spring and you get all your money in the fall typically, but I know it's a 24/7 operation, but I don't like driving around. I don't like traveling. I'm kind of a homebody. I like being at home. I don't like leaving the farm. Like I said, the dairy farmer I work for, I got a heck of a good education from him. Like I say, he was all about the cows. He didn't care much about the field work. And I got to learn a lot. Plus with dairy, it's so, as far as the crops go, there's a little more leeway for bad weather with your crops. Like you say, on the dairy farm, you mow hay, you get a freak rainstorm or something, and the rain ruins your hay. You can go back and chop it and put it in a silo. We've had droughts where we chopped the corn. There wasn't a single kernel of corn in the silage, and it still makes feed. It's not like if you're a grain farmer and you don't have corn, you don't have corn. So yeah, and like I said, guys, if you asked a question, just keep asking it over and over again. I'm on my phone here, and the notification only pops up for a few seconds, so if I miss it, yeah, I heard that there was a lot of regulations with New York State, but I mean, it's nice. It's a real nice area up there. The farms that I was on and drove past, I mean, they look like pretty nice farms. I mean, not like here where I'm sure there are some areas where it's mountainous, but where I saw it was pretty nice level land. It looked like it could be productive. But here, like I say, you're just hanging on the hillside everywhere you go. So I think I'm gonna walk down to my shop and check on, like I say, my sprayer froze last night. That RV antifreeze stuff, it's supposed to be good to -60. Well, obviously something went wrong. Something went wrong and it froze. I used to just put the green stuff in. So yeah, if I could milk cows, I probably would. I know it might sound crazy to some people and the money's not quite there. But as an example, my former boss was really big into, was there any moisture left in the sprayer? There could have been. This sprayer, it's hard to drain and get everything drained out of it just because of how it is, but I had checked it the other day. I put probably 7 gallons of RV in here. Yeah, it's froze. I can't jump. Yeah, and all the lines are hard. So I had a few thoughts of taking the plug out of the back and getting my heat gun. I'll have to run it off the generator and trying to melt all the ice, but I don't know. If I melt all the ice and get it liquid again, it's just going to refreeze again. Monday, we're forecast to be up to almost 40, so I guess I'll have to deal with it then. But yeah, it froze. Now, there might have been some moisture in there. The foam marker, that was straight antifreeze. But yeah, it looks good. Yeah, moisture would dilute the antifreeze. Yeah, I was hoping I had more antifreeze in than moisture, but obviously not. I used to just put straight green tractor antifreeze. At work, when we changed the antifreeze in something, it would go into a recycle barrel, and we'd sometimes had to pay to have it recycled. So I used to ask, can I take a 5 gallons home for the sprayer? So they didn't care. So I just dumped tractor antifreeze in, but it's not environmentally friendly, and you know how that goes. So I didn't get the video up yesterday that I wanted to get up about my rant on the Volkswagen car. That didn't happen. Like I say, I was inside all day and fighting this cold, so I had posted another just ranting video about different stuff. So like I say, I did check all the antifreeze and all the equipment. Yeah, like I say, we had a special barrel at work. It was an antifreeze recycle barrel, and a lot of times that we'd have to put it in that. And I don't know if I think we had to pay to get rid of it. I know the truck used to come about once a month. It's not like we had that much antifreeze. So yeah, and like I say, no electric down here. I can't really plug anything in. I don't see any freeze plugs popped out, so I think we're good to go. Still waiting for this loader valve. Luckily, we did get snow the other day, but it wasn't a lot of snow. The guy, I should give him a call. He should be back from vacation, but like I say, he was gone a whole week, so he has a week's worth of work piled up. And really, he was supposed to just get me the seals, and I want to do a video on doing the seals in this loader valve. So it's not like it's a big job getting the seals, but unless he found other problems in there. So I left the battery in the Super C because I'm sure that's the only one that'll start. And you know what? Why don't I do a cold start on the Super C while I'm live here, just to see how it starts here in the cold. With it being 9 degrees. Do I think I'll get a combine next year? I tell you what, as much as I'd love to have one, I still am thinking of it, and I'm keeping my eye open. It's kind of an obsession with me looking at used equipment. I'm constantly on different websites looking at equipment. If I found one at a good price, it would be hard for me not to buy it, but I don't like to get into the money too often, but I'll say this. The guy that did the combining for me with that John Deere, all those harvest videos I did, all the acreage I have here, and the trucking, the combining, corn and beans, it was only around $3,000 is what he charged me. So, I mean, you figure you take that $3,000 and negative 25 Celsius, Canada. I mean, I don't know if you can hear the wind here, whip it around. So, yeah, it's for that price, it would take me a lot of years till my own would pay. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that every year. So, I have the battery usually unhooked here, just for safety. Let's come around. I have the gas turned off because this carburetor will drip. Yeah, like I say, this is my first attempt at a live stream. So I did one when I was finally eligible to do a live stream. And I think I had Josh Timer was my only viewer. No money in milk here in Canada. Yeah, I knew there was, I don't know what was going on. I saw something on the news with Canada and the US with the milk. I know a lot of the northern milk producers were fighting with losing a place for their milk to go, and they had no place for their milk to go, and I don't quite know what that was all about. Pennsylvania, we would have buyers for milk. Of course, you have the giant Land O'Lakes, which they pay about the least, and anybody's milk around here. No hills for me. I'm a flatlander. Lots of clay, yeah. Yeah, we do have some clay in the bottomland here. But yeah, like I was saying with the milk, we have Land O'Lakes. And the guys in this valley, actually, they had a mint years ago. They had a mint as far as the milk in this area was going to Hershey for at the Hershey chocolate factory to make chocolate milk. That was a mint for everybody. There were 4 farms in this valley that had cows that were milking, and they went to Hershey. One of the farmers had their own truck here, and he would truck the milk every day after he was done milking and run it down to Hershey. And they were doing pretty well. And then Hershey ended the contract for whatever reason. So, I mean, something like that was a way to make some money. So I'm going to do a cold start here on the Farmall C just to see here. Got the gas on. It's in neutral. See what we got here. Live stream cold start. And of course I got the 12-volt system on this tractor. Flooded the milk market. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm hoping to do a tour. It was my great uncle's farm. Now it's a third, my cousin, I guess, my third cousin owns it. He has robots, and I think he has 3 or 4 robots. And I'm hoping to get up to at least have enough credibility on my YouTube channel, have enough subscribers that he would agree to doing a tour of a low milk price, just add more cows. Yeah, he gets stuck in that trap. It's just like with corn, low corn prices, so you plant more corn. And they're telling you not to plant corn because the market's too full. But if you don't have corn, then you can't make money. Let's see here. Might be flooded here. Dairy farm has 2 robots now. Yeah, I don't know what it's a really neat operation he has. It was a freestall operation, and a couple of years ago he decided to go all in on the dairy industry. He tripled his herd size, 4 robots, all new silos. I mean, it's a nice farm. I'd love to do a tour on YouTube. Like I say, if he would agree to that, I would love to go down and get some footage of that farm. Let's try this again. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. I might have flooded it. This choke is a little funny. See, there's nothing dripping. Usually this starts in any weather. The gas all the way on. Yeah, I left the battery in the sea here in case I needed the generator, because I don't know. The 986 would probably start, but I don't have the batteries in. This sea will run the generator just for a house. So anyway, back to dairy farming. The guy I used to work for, it wasn't a giant farm. We had 60 cows was our max. It was a stall barn. You had to milk with the milkers in a stall barn. He has a very good herd and he believes in genetics. He had a lot of fancy genetics in his cows, and he had some that his kids would take to shows and stuff. They'd win whatever at the shows, and he had some bull calves that the one AI company had bought, and they paid like $20,000 a piece for these bull calves because they were going to be bulls for the genetics, to be a sire and have a line of genetics. Anyway, long story short, he had told me, he said, you don't just have to make your money in milk. There's other ways in dairy to make some money. So now granted, that's quite a few years of him breeding good genetics into his herd. But like I say, it was only a 60 cow farm. And the land, he didn't like to make his own hay, and we bought baled hay. He claimed you could buy hay, good hay, about cheaper than you could make it yourself. So like I say, he wasn't into field work or anything like that. So I don't know why this won't start all of a sudden here. Something's definitely going on here. Oop, there we go. I was gonna say, it is about 9 degrees, but there's no way this wasn't gonna start. And go over to the thermometer here and see what it is. In the shed here, I know it looks like 10. So it's about 8 outside, 10 in the shed. The sun's out, but a live stream cold start. start here, I guess. No choke required. This here was, I heard you can't even get a quota here, 20,000 head of cattle. Now, I think my great uncle that has the robots, I think he's around 300 cows. It goes to Land O'Lakes. Yeah, this was overhauled back in 2001, I think. Oh, 20,000 per head to buy your quota. Huh. Hi, Case IH Farms. Yeah, like I say, if I miss your comments, just keep asking it over and over again. Or you can just have a conversation. Like I say, I just had to get outside today. Yesterday with my cold, I wasn't out at all. I wasn't outside at all yesterday with how cold it was with my cold. So I had to get out. I figured I'd just do a live stream here. So yeah, overhauled in 2001. Yeah, a little bit better. Yesterday I was pretty rough. Yeah, it was on NyQuil, and I said that's why I wanted to post that other video when I was ranting about the Volkswagen car. But I rewatched the video after I've shot the video. I rewatched it to see how it was, and it didn't make any sense, and I was rambling on. It was the NyQuil, so I'll have to save that for another day. We put the domed aluminum pistons in here. How cold is it? It's 10 degrees here in the shed. The wind chill is about -10, -8. It's real windy. You're sick as well. Yeah, it's definitely the time of year. And then me getting a flu shot didn't help on top of it. What we should have did when we overhauled this, it was an in-frame. We had to put a different head on. The head was cracked. It's a head from a Super A, I think. It's the same engine. We should have done the cam bearings on it. They weren't done to it. If it's real hot in the summertime and you're using it for quite a few hours, you'll notice the oil pressure drops off. I thought maybe it was the oil pump. I did some work to that. It didn't change it, so I don't know. Kids got me sick, yeah. So I said, everywhere you go this time of year, everybody's hacking and coughing. When I went to get my flu shot, the pharmacist was hacking and coughing, so you just can't win. Just stay away from people, I guess. So yeah, it'll idle right down in 10 degrees here, so. Like I said, this was my grandfather's tractor. Today's video that I have to go up, I'm going to be asking for help on YouTube. Going to be asking for some help here with finding one of my great-grandfather's tractors. I have the serial number. The chances of finding it are pretty slim, but at least I have a serial number. I have the original operator's manual. And I love the 4166 timer. Yeah, that 4166 is neat. And you know, there's one of those for sale here in Pennsylvania I saw the other day. They were only, I mean, it wasn't as good a deal as he got, but it wasn't that expensive. It had the full cab on it. It's tempting, but for the way I do things, I don't need high horsepower, really. The 986 is probably too much on the baler. I did watch that video of chisel plowing with the tractor that Josh had. That was pretty neat. I think it was a 40 something, it was an 86, so it was a little bit newer. I think that was for sale. All right, guys, my low battery light is flashing now, so I guess that's it for today. Hello from Moscow, Russia. Enjoy your videos. Well, hello from Pennsylvania. I hate to say it, guys, but I have to go. My battery light just came on. I don't have much time yet. I thought I had it charged up unless the cold is eating away at it, so I have to end the live stream. Like I say, this was my first test run at a live stream, and guess it went all right. So, hello from Canada. Stay warm, guys. Thanks, Randy. So I'll end it here. So thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, my battery's about to die. All right, I'm going. Everybody stay warm.